Turn to the gentleman from Georgia, Mr. Hank Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I want to thank all of the panelists for being here today, particularly Professor Raskin, who will join us as a dear colleague very shortly. We welcome you. And this is a very important hearing. This is the first one that has occurred since 1997. So it's been about 20 years since Congress has addressed this issue with a hearing. And since that time, we've had instances where candidates for president have been elected based on the electoral vote after having failed to garner the majority of the popular vote. Prior to that, it was over a 176-year period between 1824 and the year 2000 that produced three such anomalies. And so it appears that time, the process of time, technological advancement, all of these things are playing into the acceleration of this phenomenon where the people go to the polls, vote, and then their popular vote does not translate into victory for the candidate that they voted for. This is anti-democratic. It's hurting our democracy. People expect more. People expect direct representation. That's a fundamental principle that people expect. Not a whole lot of people pay a lot of attention to the Electoral College system, particularly since back in 1913, the Constitution was amended so that we could have direct elections of United States senators. If we had not passed that amendment, people would, this would be unacceptable. As it is unacceptable as more people come to the notion or come to the conclusion that their popular vote did not produce the winner in the presidential election. So it's time for us to get to work to change the system so that the people's will is achieved, and that is for them to be able to depend on their popular vote to win an election. And so I am looking forward to the comments of the panelists, and with that I will yield back.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson.